So, I want to do a quick video talking about support, talking about ensuring that you're helping those that help you and ensuring that you're going on to help your community. Uh, we didn't get here by ourselves. We weren't rugged individuals from birth. We weren't loners. We weren't Sigma alpha males. Uh, we weren't any of these things. We were just children, and we had families around us. Hopefully, yours was a good family structure or a decent enough family structure to where you can actually be, self-sustaining, and somebody taught you, was able to teach you and guide you. But we don't always get that. Not everyone has that luxury, and it is a luxury, most definitely. But I wanted to talk about making sure that those that do help you, that you show them that same courtesy in some way, shape, or form. Now, this is not a debt that you have to actively pay back, but sometimes just saying thank you, sometimes reminding them that they actually helped you. Not every 2 seconds or anything like that, but just saying things like, hey man, I really appreciate what you did for me, and I'll never forget it. Here's a bottle of something, even if it's a bottle of apple juice. Buy lunch for them, something. But it's important that we help those around us that don't have the same opportunities as us, that didn't have the same upbringing as us, whether it be good or bad, or are just going through a tough time. Being there, being a listening ear. I know it's hard sometimes to devote time to a person that you may not feel too sure about, or possibly devote time to somebody that you feel isn't possibly worth it. And that's okay. Even with the person that's not worth it, investing some type of time in them might actually mean a lot to them, more than you think it does. Sometimes we project the lack of value, or actually even the increased value of the advice that we give onto other people, and saying you should take this and consider it valuable, and it is law, or it is something that can help you throughout your life. And then sometimes we actually feel that the advice we give somebody wasn't even really that good. But does that mean in either way that we do not help that person? You can be however you are, or however you wish to be, but try to come to people, and when you're helping them, come to them on their level. Try to say, hey, listen, do you need help? If they're a proud person. Or, hey, listen, let me help you with that. Or, hey, let me know if you need anything from me, man, even if it's just somebody to talk to. Every so often I do, sanity checks on friends and things like that, just to make sure that they're okay. I'm back in Florida here for a couple of days, and, with just visiting my family and everything, I still also have to do things like, visit my friends, and I have to do those things. One of the first things I did was visit my former business partner in my salon. This was my brother. This is somebody I went to war with. This is somebody I invested money behind in his idea. It didn't work out for me in the long run, but the establishment is still there. I went in, he's made some improvements and some things that really look nice. I hope he can continue to do that, and that the shop begins to flourish and gets to where we envisioned it over time. Sadly, my hand wasn't strong enough to stay in it. But I still appreciate him, and he still appreciates me to a certain extent. I mean, at least on the face of it all. But I feel that, I appreciate him, even though it just didn't work out. So, getting into the last part of this, where we ensure that we guide others. Oftentimes, it's hard to actually work with other people, other kids, in my case. You just want to just pull them by the hair and be like, man, mother. But what I learned from my first year of coaching football is that some of these kids, I would yell at them, get on them, say all types of crazy stuff to them. And at the end of the season, they said, hey, Coach Mike, you coming back next season? And I looked at it and I was like, after I cursed y'all out that much, there's like, yeah, Coach Mike, but we needed it and we appreciate you. Needless to say, there's a leak that sprung from one of my eyes, my tear ducts. It's been fixed. It's been fixed. There's no softness here at all. But it was special. It meant a lot. That made everything worth it. Every single thing. And it was a lot of moments like that. Even teaching one of my defensive linemen at the time, take angles, man. Take the proper angles. And it wasn't until the last game of the JV season, this guy says, hey, Coach Mike, those angles work. And I just laughed and I said, on the last game, you figured that out? He said, yeah, but man, I got it. I was just like, all right, bro. All right. You know, you take what you can, man. And it's beautiful. So do things in your community to help out others. And there are some rewards to it. If you had a bad upbringing, try your best, as best as possible, to help another person that might have that same thing, that same problem, or going through that same situation, so that they don't have it. Not save them, but also don't leave them to share the same fate. I wanted to make this quick video and talk about this. This is something that's about community. And community is important, especially now more than ever, because of the problems that we're seeing in our community that is coming about simply because people don't want to take the time to, quote unquote, do things right. Put their best foot forward. Anyways, do what you can to help out those around you. And who knows, it may actually help you in the long run as well. As always, thanks for listening. Peace.